Hey, so I thought I would post a video about this '04 Jag. I was kind of on the rails about post a video, don't post a video. But it was so damn hard and I couldn't find much on YouTube about it. So I figured I'd give it back a little bit. So the head gaskets blew on this engine. It's got over 200,000 miles and this is probably one of the hardest, most aggravating, annoying jobs I've ever done on a car. I'm not a certified mechanic, but I do a lot of mechanical work. I like doing my own work, it saves money. But I'm gonna pay back a little bit for all the help I've got on YouTube. So took a trip across country, make a long story short, got called all the way across the country from blown head gaskets, and here I am. So to begin with, the whole top comes off pretty easy, just like a little bit older Jag. I got a 99 with a 4-liter, and this one's way harder, but it's very similar. So the top intake comes off fairly easy. The valve covers, all the spark plugs, coils, all that, it's not too bad. And the cover, well, that's a different story, and I'm gonna show you why. So the cover here, you might think, okay, well, it's just the front bolts, but the side bracket there that holds on the power steering pump and the AC, or the bracket and all that, is bolted to the damn cover. And that's just a start. So over here where you have your well, if the motor's back together, there's a tensioner right here, and there's a bolt behind it. I think it's this one. And I said, well, I'll just grind a little notch out there to get that one, because you can't get it unless you do that. Well, you don't need to do that, because that does you absolutely no good. So down here on the driver's side, underneath there, you can see all those bolt holes. So you have a bracket. You have two brackets. You got this one that goes down there. That's what bolts to the motor. And then your AC compressor bolts to that. Then you have this hunk of shit right here. I broke a bolt off in it, and I broke several bolts on this thing because they're seized, 200 something thousand miles. Anyway, that bracket holds on the power steering pump, and it ends up being sort of a catch-22 type thing, because you have to get one part off to get to a bolt, but you can't get that part off unless you take the bolt out. So you start playing screw around, and I almost gave up on this thing because of that. But you start playing screw around because you can't get to the damn bolts. Well, you can get to them, it's just a pain in the freaking ass, and it'll just drive you crazy. You gotta get all kind of different sockets, different types. I actually ended up grinding the a little bit of a notch on the AC compressor. I'll show you right there. And it didn't really hurt anything, because there's a screw that goes right here behind there, and it's kind of sort of in there a little bit, so it ends up being a pain in the ass to get out. I ended up using a 1/4" drive ratchet with a small, 10 millimeter socket, and that's 1/4" drive. Most of these bolts were seized. This one here, which is going to be on the bottom over here, I'll show you. Again, over here on the front of the motor on the driver's side, it comes out when it's in here. It comes out and hits the frame. So when it touches the frame, that is all it has, and it is just barely out. So you got to screw with that and finagle and whatever else you want to say, and it'll finally come out. But I had to go under here. Most of my work to get that out, I did under the car. Take the wheel off. You have to take the AC lines off. That one of those broke because it was just seized. The other one came out. Cylinders don't look bad. There's no lip on the top of the cylinders. Chains are pretty much the same as a 4-liter on a little bit older Jag. They're designed a little bit different, but they're, for the most part, they're the same thing. And one more thing. So as you can see, the heads still have the manifolds on them. And there's a broken one. Wouldn't come loose. You cannot get these, well, I'm gonna say you can't. Maybe you can. I don't think you can, because this thing's got, there's a screw there and a screw there, and there's 2 on bottom for this heat shield, and it covers all the bolts except for that one. So I was going to take them out, and you can't get to that one over there because there's just absolutely no room, the one on the bottom there. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna I got it looking, and you can take it out with the manifolds on it. And another thing you need to do in order to take it out, you gotta, either you can unclamp your exhaust pipes, which mine were, everything seized, so I used this old grinder with a 6-inch disc on it and just cut my exhaust pipes. I'm gonna change catalytic converters anyway, and we'll just put that exhaust pipe back with something else that you can get at AutoZone. I'm not worried about it. It'll probably cost you $3,500 or more to get the head gaskets done at a shop, and I can do it, so I'm going to do it. I don't have to drive the car. I got some other things I can drive, but I just thought I would maybe help out some people if they're thinking about doing this, what you're going to be getting into, because it is a mother you know whatter. I think since this motor's never been apart, I'm going to go ahead and put a new alternator on it, probably a new AC pump, and you know, the gasket kit's going to come with all the gaskets. I already got a new water pump I'd put in it, and that neck, I put that in a few years ago. Car was running great till it blew head gaskets. I don't think the heads are hurt. I looked at them before. I don't see anything too bad wrong. I don't think anything wrong. There's your heat shield bolt. There's that one. The one, I think it's that one you can't get to. This one you can. They're not like machine. They're like just screws, like a wood screw almost. But if you can't get to the damn manifold bolts, you can't get the damn things off, and there ain't no room in there. The frame is probably about that close. Not hardly anything. It's just a pain. I got them off. They came out. The head bolts are super tight. You need to get you a 1/2 inch. I got a 1/2 inch drive impact socket. I had one of these Harbor Freight ones, and it split. Got the first head off the second one, it split. So I had to get a 1/2 inch drive one, and I ground it down a little bit to fit in the recesses of these head bolt holes. I guess you could probably use a 3/8 if you had a good enough, maybe a breaker bar. I don't know if I'd use a ratchet. They were pretty tight actually. Anyway, just beware and be informed that those 2 brackets, absolutely 100%, no way around it, have to come off. That one goes on the block, and then this one goes on over it, so you can't get around it. And it's a pain in the ass, I'm gonna tell you. But anyway, there you go, and hope that helps anybody who needs some help with it.